What's up, YouTube? HPJ here, and I'm coming at you guys because we're talking about the Forbidden Limited List, but not the TCGs. We're talking about the OCGs. So the OCG just released their Forbidden Limited List, which will be in effect, ironically enough, on April Fool's Day. And there is a lot of question marks, especially on my end, about what things they limited, unlimited, and banned. So let's get through it. So for their new list, they have Forbidden, Red Eyes, Metal Dragon. Newly limited, they have Armageddon Knight, Speedroid Terratop, and Raigeki. For semi-limited, they have Draco Might, Knight, the true Draco fighter. Totally awesome. A hero lives and limiter removal. For newly unlimited, they have Fairy Tale Snow, Performing Mage, Damage Juggler, Danglong, the first of the Yangzing, Union Hanger, and Solemn Warning. So, this is the TCG's Forbidden. This is the OCG's, I'm sorry, Forbidden Limited List. Not to confuse it with the TCG's. And there are a lot of questions. There are a lot of, and there are a lot of, oh, that happened because that was going on. And for my understanding of it, to ban Red Eyes Metal Dragon was simply just because of the fact that Red Eyes Metal Dragon, Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon is like one of the biggest engine cards for any dragon deck. And because of how dragons, with the new guard dragons and the just overwhelming power that dragons are getting, like even if it's not a direct give to a dragon archetype, when you have something this powerful with such an ease in the amount of things that it can summon, like this thing can summon link monsters to the board. Mind you, link monsters can be summoned to the board due to this monster's effect if they're in the graveyard. So because Red Eyes has access to that, Red Eyes has access to summoning a lot of the guard dragons support. Just like does the Thunder Dragons? Because I don't even know if the Thunder Dragons probably has some support as well if it's in with Red Eyes. So Red MD just eventually got himself banned. It wasn't necessarily his fault, but when you're used in a lot of extend plays and a lot of combo pushes, you end up getting hit on the list somewhere and somehow. So now let's talk about the limited section of the OCG list. So Armageddon Knight, similar to the TCG, he got hit. I don't know if it's due to their getting, because I believe their premium pack should be coming out soon. So they probably will be getting imports of the danger cards. So maybe that's just a preparation of itself to prepare for what's to come when they get danger and when they get a lot of the danger cards from the TCG. Speedroid Terra Top is just an extender card. I think similar to Red Eyes, it's not what plays it, it's how well they play it. And it's when they play it and what things they can benefit from. And if you can get a monster that can benefit you in a way of getting multiple cards onto the field to link summon, or similar to tokens, get massive amounts of monsters to do a lot of things to link summon, you normally get hit. And because Terratop has the ability to search for cards as well, he ended up getting himself axed. Raigeki, and as one of the biggest question marks, is this a follow of the TCG and was it too late? Well, as we all know, the same day this list got unveiled, at the time of recording, everything came out today. The next structure deck in the next starter deck in the OCG is getting Raigeki as a reprint. So, and not too far from now either. So, unbanning Raigeki and then reprinting it is a smart move. Will the TCGs follow and give us an unbanning? I mean, give us a reprint of Raigeki because it'll most likely be a common, or will they shaft us and give us Dark Hole? As we've seen in the Soul Burner structure deck, we ended up getting Ash Blossom and Joyous Springs. We unfortunately didn't get a lot of the other cards that were promised. I mean, well, they weren't promised, but a lot of the cards that we were expecting from the OCG to get, we did not get in the same thing. I think it was Bonfire Colossus, in various statue of Infernos, and a couple of more fire monsters. But to see Raigeki getting a common reprint is nice. We don't know exactly will the TCG follow and give us the common reprint as well. We're still betting on if we'll get the common reprint of Pot of Desires, which is also said to come in the structure deck for structure deck R, Lord of Magicians, which looks said to come out next month. So we'll wait and see then. Next, let's move on to the semi-limited. So they have Draco Knight, the true Draco fighter. I think we have him as well on our list at 1 or 2. I'm not sure, but the Draco engine doesn't have Masterpiece anymore. So a lot of the cards can start floating back and start being more useful. We don't exactly know how useful the True Draco engine is at this time now, but I mean, a lot of the True Draco support doesn't need an extra deck. You pretty much just rely on additional tribute summons and tribute setups, thanks to using your spells and trap cards to get a lot of those monsters to the board. So looking at True Draco monster going back to multiples isn't a bad thing. It just means that we have an option now to make up for the fact that that True Draco decks have lost Masterpiece, but they still have a lot of the reserves for the other monsters. I don't know why Totally Awesome is here, but I assume combos are part of the reason why Totally Awesome is here. But Totally Awesome is just a great reserve card for water decks. He's a great monster for a lot of decks that just easily can make Totally Awesome. Paleozoic is one of the biggest examples. Frogs, splashability within a lot of decks that use level 2 or low level 2 water monsters. Because I remember even Heroes had a variation where they used Totally Awesome and found a way to summon Totally Awesome off of combinations with a lot of the frog monsters. Speaking of Heroes, Hero Lives is at 2. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe this card was at 1 due to Stratos' limited and then becoming semi-limited. So maybe this is just a boost to Heroes to give them some more support. Limiter removal. What is a machine? Because I really don't think machines are that prevalent unless you're Cyber Dragon. And with limiter removals double up, could be a good thing. I mean, we have it at 3 here in the TCG, but most people are probably running it with either Cyber Dragon or Cosmo. And either way, you still benefit from it because at that end of destruction effect, Cosmos can start summoning a lot of their pilots by banishing a lot of the monsters that were destroyed, searching for a lot of material. Cyber Dragon can just get more Cyber Dragons to the board and just be okay with those monsters as well. So limiter removal is just more so of a push card than it is anything else. And Hero Lives is more of a setup card to get things going or to get things in a pinch to go a lot faster. So newly cards are unlimited. Fairy Tale Snow. I'm not shocked that she's getting unlimited in the OCG. I think it's kind of, to my opinion, it might be a little early, but you know there are a lot of things that can easily be dealt with when it comes to Thunder Dragons. I more so in the OCG than in the TCG, but she was pretty much the biggest force in engine. So maybe she's only going to be a short lived for now till they will put her back to water band just because of the fact that, well, the Thunder Dragons are still roaming around and still do pretty well. Damage Juggler. That's adorable to see perform a Damage Juggler, Hat Tricker, and Trick Clown all together. I don't think we'll ever see Plush Fire coming off the list. It's just not prevalent. I think at this point where we look at it, Performer Pal, like the Pendulum Engine isn't dead. It's not dead. And when it came to the Performer Mages, Juggler, Hat Tricker, and Trick Clown, that was your big engine. That was, like, they're still splashable too, because, you know, the whole Brilliant Fusion setup with Seraphonite, going into a lot of those extra normal summons and setups is because of things like you can do by sending your light cards to the graveyard, and because Damage Juggler and Trick Clown, Trick Clown are light, you can easily benefit from Brilliant Fusion, get your Genite, Garnets and stuff in the grave, and just go from there. Dang Long, first of the Liang Zing. I know that was part of a combo setup as well, but because a lot of the cards from the combo setup is either hit or already limited are getting banned or has been banned. A lot of cards, similar to Fairy Tale Snow, they just start coming back relatively easy because cards can still answer them, or new cards can answer them than before. Union Hanger. So this is the ABC field spell. If you guys don't know what it is, it pretty much searches for a light machine monster and add it to your hand, and then some other stuff, and then you can special summon stuff. That's a light machine. It's a lot of things that does what ABC support. Do I think ABC decks are more prevalent? No. Could they be more prevalent? Anything is possible. And the Union Hanger itself, I honestly think is still a very busted field spell. Just because of what it can survive. Like its search ability, its special summon ability, what ABC Dragon Master can do. Excuse me. On and off the field, and just the combination of things he can do. Solemn Warning going to 3 in the OCG. I like to see multiple Solemn Warnings in TCG, to be honest with you, just to help combat with a lot of the things going on. Because of how the TCG and the OCG meta is can do completely different sections of the game. So you never really know what they're thinking on that end, or how benefit or how non-beneficial it is on either side. Mind you, the OCG has one big factor the TCG does not have when it comes to unbanning cards like, or unbanning or unlimiting cards like Style Warning, excuse me, Union Hanger, because, well, they have Harpie's Feather Duster. We don't have Harpie's Feather Duster. So they can deal with a lot of these back row cards or a lot of these defensive spells and traps because they have stuff like Harpie's Feather Duster to get rid of it. Twin Twisters and access to things like that. We only have really Twin Twister or Jinzo and little stuff like that. Or most decks don't run a back row because most decks these days like to take 15 minutes and go crazy. So to see Warning is a double-edged sword because it's a good thing to see something to help deal with a lot of the summon issues. But the downside to it is that it is a trap card, just like many other trap cards. They have to set it, forget it, wait for it, and then you still have to have cards to answer for it. So if a monster is not, trying to summon itself, or a spell trap or monster effect is not trying to summon something, 9 out of 10 you're going to play Harpie's Feather Duster and destroy it to get rid of the back row. But my overall look at the OCG list as I clang my Joy-Cons together, I'm very here and there with it. It's nice to see Regeki back in the OCG. I don't know how long that's going to last because I always still question it here in the CCG how long we're going to have to unban. I mean, they banned or, rebanned Regeki and Dark Hole, but, they're still here. A lot of the new cards are still prevalent. They don't really abuse a lot of the older cards. In situations like Witch of Black Forest and Future Fusion and Sangan and all that can happen where they're errata, and then they just become completely useless. I mean, look at Witch of Black Forest. Look at Sangan. No one's really using them because they're all errata and they all suck right now. I mean, they suck. They just genuinely suck. I mean, the only thing they're really good for is getting a hand trap and having it useful for the next turn. Not the current turn. No, the next turn. Because of the fact that they're limited through effects. Because Witch of Black Forest and Sangan say, nope, if you search for a card, its effects are negated and you can't use the effects of the card and can't even play the card till the next turn. So, yeah, it's just a lot of crazy with that. Right? I'm really excited to see what our list looks like here in the TCG. It's going to be crazy and bananas to see what the OCG list, deck lists are going to look like when they get posted. So I'm going to wrap up here. I will post a link to the organization so you guys can see the list for yourselves. Let me know what you guys think about this and what your opinion is on the new stuff coming out. I mean, the new Forbidden Limited list in the OCG, and what you think the TCG's Forbidden Limited list could look like. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button, and hit that which is the bell, because I have that too. And you guys can check out some of my later videos from Yu-Gi-Oh! And Puzzles and Dragons. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. HCJ signing out. Take care.